Hello, what's up YouTube? This is going to be, I guess, episode 1. This is going to be, I guess, like, the first tutorial, I post, for industrialist. I don't really know what to do, so since this is my first tutorial video, I'm gonna just do more of like, I guess the best way of saying it is more of like a bulk tutorial video. So it's going to have several things. This first video is, what I'm gonna say is going to be a level 1 YouTube video, which means it's more of like beginner stuff that you might need to know when playing this game. So it's going to be more of things like what's the best way to make a research setup, or what's the best way to make, I don't know, like a wood setup of some sorts. I haven't really made a bunch of setups, and the ones that I have, well, I've made a bunch of setups, it's just the ones that I have made don't look very nice. So I'm gonna try and make these look pretty nice. And if you are following along with this video, I don't know the total amount of cash for each of these, I guess setups is the best way of saying it. So you're probably going to need, I don't know, we'll just say about $50,000 for every single one of these setups. And I'll give you a rough estimate of how much you're probably going to need per setup in each video. Of course, this is a rough estimate. It's not like an actual, you know, the exact price. It's just a rough estimate. So in this video, I'm going to start off with more simple things, and I'm also going to show you the power outputs of some things. So say for instance, we'll just go with this wind turbine, you know. I'll go and I'll place it down, and then I will show you the power output of it with the advanced power output meter, I believe it's called, or power meter. Where is the advanced power meter? This. I'm going to use this right here. So this is going to tell me the, I guess the exact amount of power that something is outputting. So this right here outputs a total power of, I want to say 1 point, it's stabilizing out right now, but about 1.18. But you gotta think at the same time, this right here is powering this as well. So yeah, you know what, I'm just gonna get into the tutorials. So our first tutorial is going to be a small, simple, compact coal power plant, I guess, setup. So what you're going to want to do with the compact coal generator, I think that's what it's called, coal power plant. This is found on the I believe it's in it's in big coal power plants. So you're gonna need 700, I think, ish research in order to get this. And so basically what it does is it inputs coal and outputs power. Very, very simple. These will actually really help you in the early game. The only issue is the fact that they take quite a bit of coal, kind of. But these will really, really help you in the early game. And like I said at the start of the video, this is a rough estimate, but it's going to be $50,000 to build all of these setups, all of the setups, not just like one or two. I'm talking about all of them. So for this first setup, you can always infinitely expand this. Like, this can go all the way across the map. But for my example, I'm gonna do 6 of them. So basically, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to put them like this, and then you're gonna take your coal drills. You're gonna want to place them kind of like that. And what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to have the outputs facing each other. So you want this and this to be like facing each other. And so you're just gonna do this for a little bit, and yeah, just like go kind of like this. Now, I don't think you need this many of them, but I'm just gonna do this many just because this is more of an example. And like I said, this is infinitely expandable. So as long as you've got an input or like a spare output here, here's what I'm trying to get at. So if you go like this, right? Boom. As long as this is here, you can literally just like take another one of these pipe sections, and then bam, 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 and you can just continue to infinitely do that farther this way and put more of these farther this way. Now, I would recommend that if you do want to infinitely expand this, I first of all wouldn't make this your main power source, just because this is really not the greatest. But this is infinitely expandable, so you can go this way and you can go that way. But literally all you have to do is go like this and then just continue. But I would recommend doing it with these better pipes right here. These better input, or just the better pipes in general. They're gonna make your life so much easier. But basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna go like this, and then these are gonna be inputting into each other, and then you want the outputs to be here, here, and here. You can double them up if you want more coal going into each of them, which is what I'm gonna do, but you don't have to. And then you're just gonna take your short pipes like this and go straight across like that. There you go. And then you gotta make sure all of your connections are correct, which they seem to be. Yeah, yes, they should be correct. Yeah, you always want to make sure your connections are all correct, just in case. And then all you gotta do is to power them is what I usually do is I just use one of these windmills, and I just hook it up just like that. And I believe one of these windmills is capable of powering how many of them again? I think it can power this entire row, no problem. Just this one windmill too. Oh dang, it can power more than just this one row. We'll see how much it can power. And just remember, windmills always generate power. They're not like solar panels where they just need to be in the day. Yeah, so one windmill is capable of powering, this is what, 12? So maybe 14 of these just alone by itself. And sometimes what I do is I will take the power from these and route them back into these. But this is just like a basic, you know, power source. Do not do the normal coal generators. I believe they do output a little bit more power than these compact ones, but they just save yourself the time. Don't even do it. Yeah, just don't do it. Just save yourself the headache and just go with the compact ones. Excuse me. They're just way better. I'm sorry, but they really are. It's so much easier. Yeah, but this is just a like the most basic setup you could possibly get. And I'll start figuring out how much this one windmill is capable of powering. I think we might even be able to get 2 more in. If we're lucky. Yeah, that's about it. That's about maxed out. I don't, what did I say? It was 14, and now it's, what, 14, 16? So this one windmill is capable of powering 16 of these little basic coal generators. By itself. All by itself. And this is a pretty decent amount of power that you're getting from this. Like, here, let's take the advanced... Where's my advanced power? There you go. Boom. Crap. Here, we'll just put these into a oh, these are just April Fool. Okay, never mind. Don't worry about those. We'll put these into there. I said there. And there. Yeah, sorry, they're not symmetrical. Yeah, that is quite a bit of power. So we're making about 70-ish, almost 80 kmf a second. So that will be, this right here will be able to power quite a bit alone. And for example, this is the level 3 windmill, and this is outputting... I forget how much power. This is an example. But this is outputting like a quarter as much as this. So... But then again, you gotta admit, this takes up less space than this does. So, I mean, this is like probably the best, I think, basic setup, at least. Now, you don't have to have these. I was just using these poles as an example, just to like see how much power we can get, how much like power we're getting from this. So I think the flow is like 100 because it's going off the chart. Yeah, there might be a little bit too much power going to this, but yeah, this is a very good setup. So let's move on to our next one. So for this next one, we've already covered power. So now let's do something that can make us some money. We are going to be doing a basic iron setup. So we are going to need our iron drills. And our iron drills are located Actually, we should probably do a coal setup, or a copper setup first. We're gonna do a copper setup first. Then we'll do an iron setup, basic iron setup. Where might the copper drill be? Here it is. So for this setup, we're gonna make a copper coil. Setup, I guess. Don't worry about that. I messed that up a little. But you're probably going to need about like 6-ish of these copper drills. And then you're just going to bring them into this electric furnace. Just like so. And then you're going to connect all of your pipes. Now, I don't know how like expandable this is, because I don't really think you can expand this a little too much. Just because eventually this is going to be filled up. But you could put like one of these pipe sections right here, and then you could get a second electric furnace. But I'm not going to do that because I don't feel like it. I know this is a tutorial, but you can do that yourself. Sorry. But this is just a simple tutorial. It's not like anything fancy. Right, so then all of these are going to put copper into here. You're going to put it into your electric furnace. Now, copper coils will be able to get you a very solid amount. I think you need to... crap, I don't remember. This is your recipes right here, by the way. Where are the copper coils at, huh? Coil. That is odd, because I swear there was a such thing as copper coils. Okay, well, we'll just make, I don't really know. We could do, copper wire does sell for quite a bit. We could do copper wire. Yeah, so I'm just gonna swap this to a, copper wire setup. So copper wire will make you quite a decent bit of cash. So you're gonna need to take a copper ingot, you're gonna need to put it into a press, and then it turns into a copper plate, which you will put into a roller. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna get liquid copper from this furnace, and then you're gonna take it and you're gonna put it into your ingot molder. Boom. We'll do it just like that. Now, eventually I will try and make these setups a little bit more neat and clean and nicer, but right, I said I was going to make them kind of neat. I'm going to try and make these as neat as possible, but that is not going to be the neatest in the world. This is just my best way of, you know, doing it without it being super duper messy, while also being clean enough to follow and understand. Now, I'm not going to calculate all of this, but you're going to need quite a bit of money in order to do this tutorial. So then you're going to take your copper ingot, you're going to put it into your press, like there, And then you're just gonna put it right into the press, just like that. Go all the way over here and put it into the press. Then the press will turn them into copper plates, which you can turn into, or you can put them into the roller and turn them into copper wires, which you then can sell. If I can find the truck depot. Now I'd recommend getting the van before you get or I recommend getting the van pretty soon, just because it will help you out quite a lot, because the trucks, to say the least, they don't have enough storage. I'll be completely honest, they really don't have enough storage. Whenever you're building as well, always make sure that the pipes are all connected. Like this right here was not connected, and that's why I checked and made sure. So now all you gotta do is power all of these. I think each one of these needs one windmill to power it, but we're not gonna use a windmill because we have these. So we're gonna power that with we're gonna power our copper setup with this. Now I'll use tethers that are more like realistic to something that you guys would have at the stage that you are, because I'm assuming you're new to the game and you're just wanting to see a decent setup, I guess, and you're just wanting to make some quick cash. So then we'll take the blue ones, we'll connect them. No, just the blue one. Now I'm doing all of this on PC so I can do things that you guys probably won't be able to do on mobile, such as like mass building. So I can do stuff like this and like place a bunch. I'm just assuming that you are on, like, I don't know, phone or like controller or something, but I can like mass build is what I'm trying to get at, and that's why it might be a little bit harder to follow, and that's why I'm being a little more, you know, slow with this tutorial. And so this is going to be your most basic setup, I guess, I can make of this, because yeah. And you just gotta make sure everything is powered as well. Be very sure to make sure everything is powered, especially when playing this game, because everything, well, most everything requires some form of power. Is this giving this enough power? No, it is not. And this is why you should put power into batteries. For that reason exactly, because all of this power that was coming from this was being lost because it wasn't going into a battery where it can be stored and further outputted into other things. Now I'm doing this one really sloppy, but you would use these poles for everything, but yeah. And see, now we are making copper wire, Copper wire does sell for quite a bit, so you need 1 copper ingot to come into here, and it turns, I think, into 2 copper plates. No, it turns into 1 copper plate, and then you'd need 2 copper plates to turn into 12 copper wire. Each copper wire sells for $7, so you're taking 32, right? I'm gonna need my calculator for this. Actually, I have one on my computer. I was just about to use my phone. So, if we take our calculator out real quick. So, we're taking 2 copper plates, which are $32, and we're making them into copper wires. So we're taking, what is it, 2 times 12, 24, oh shoot, no, wrong, 12 times 7.13, sorry, 3.1. So you're gonna be making what? Yeah, you're gonna be making a little over double this if you do it twice, like double your copper plates, because it's gonna be $67 if you were to just sell these copper plates, and if you turn them into wires, you're gonna be making $87 per 2 copper plates. So, oh, and then you can insulate the wires with rubber, and that will be in a future tutorial. But for right now, I'm just doing basic stuff. I think that's gonna wrap it up for this tutorial, though, because I'm lazy, and here's your source of power, here's your source of money. Oh shoot, I didn't do a source of research, right. And then with this power, you can also take it and put it into a research setup. So that's what I am going to do. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to grab your MV poles, wherever those are. You're going to take your MV poles, and you want to make them close enough to the battery. So I think they can go, what is it, like 8 apart? So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's actually 7. I don't know, I'll figure it out. And then you're just going to connect these all together. Make sure to check out my my playthrough of this game. If you do enjoy that, please leave a like. I'm trying to get to 5 likes, and then I'll upload the next video of that playthrough. And then what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to take shoot, did not mean to do that. You're gonna want to take your research stations, and I think you can not put one in between. Actually, you can't put one in between. So you're just gonna put it like that, and like that. You're gonna make like a big ol' H, kind of. And what I recommend is you put this pole in the middle. I'm doing this kind of sloppy though. Here, we'll fix it all. We'll fix it. 'Cause why not? For you guys. Put it right in the middle. Right in the middle. Boom. Yeah, placement in this game is a little wacky. you're basically just gonna make big ol' H's. Just like this. Oh no, what did I do wrong this time? I don't know what I did wrong right here. Oh, it's because the buildings are clipped into each other. We don't like that. Okay, now I have no clue what I did. Yeah, but you can always refine these. I have no idea what I did. But, you're gonna take your blue, you're gonna connect it there. And then you take your red, connect it there. Just like so. This is really bad and really inefficient, but it'll get you the research that you need. And you're just gonna connect all of this all up just like that, and there you go. There's your basic research setup. This will make you plenty of research to start off with. Yeah, I still have no idea what I did with the research facilities. Here, we'll redo this row. How about that? Boom, bam, bam, bam. There you go. Ta-da, everything's even now. All even. There you go. Well, that's gonna do it for this video. Please like and subscribe. And go watch my other video. It's called, I think, Industrialists, episode 1. It's under my, YouTube channel. Go watch that. And, if you did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.